I said this movie they on Netflix. The people them overrate the movies until I'm so disappointed. Waste my time last night, sit down and watch it. It won't waste, man. Because I said, look, I could have do something better with. Hello, 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 hello. Good night. Wagwan. What's going on, folks? I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. And guess what? It is Sunday evening. Tomorrow, the beginning of another work week. Oh, God. Yeah. And I'm in my bed. So welcome. Hello, Davida. Good night, good night. Welcome. How you doing? What you doing up so late? Because what time is it now in England? You're up late, girl. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. You could be doing anything else with your time, but you choose to spend it with me. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Guys, as you come, please hit that like button for me, please. Just hit that like button. Now, people, let me tell you about my weekend. Yesterday, what did I do? Oh, I went to the hairdresser yesterday, got my hair braided. I'm a braid tete. Love braid like crazy. So went to the hairdresser, got my hair braided, spent the entire day basically. Today, I went to St. Mary, went to a funeral, and people, it's been a while since, a good while now since me never go St. Mary, good while. And you see, when I went there and I saw the surroundings. Okay then. Okay, I understand. Right, when I went to St. Mary and I saw the surrounding, and I was like, whoa, because I remember back in the days, I am a 90s baby and I'm a country girl. And back in my days, when it comes on to Christmas, your mother, your parent used to make sure that you have a one suit, and you put on that one suit and you go to the square. Even when nothing now go on down there, something now go on. They don't have to have a sound box. Nobody not have to put on a party. That was how it was in my days in the 1990s. And we used to go to Wood Park Square. We just used to stand there and we used to watch. And you used to have some people in costume. They used to come and so forth. We used to go on a ball field that was around Wood Park Basic, the community center right there. That's where I used to went when I was a child. And it just used to be pure fun. Country days was really good. When I saw the place today, I was like, whoa, the place just looked dilapidated. It just run down, it just mash up. It has been like this for quite some time, because the last time I went, it was still in this condition. But no, it worse. It worse. When I look at the church, I was like, whoa. When you expect something to get better, that was what I expected, but it get worse. I was like, look at this. And I remember the good old country days, because you must hear me talk and know say me I know one little towny. Me I want country girl. And one of them country girl they were raised with them granny, grow with them granny, based on how me talk, and I can't tell that, and grow in the church. And I was thinking to myself, back in my days, when I was a child, I remember when we used to be able to walk the street. We used to be able to just put up 2 stones, and we used to take some coconut, some dry coconut, and play football. Now ask me, oh, we never broke our foot, because we used to kick the dry coconut that used to be our ball. Or if you don't have a dry coconut, we used to take this candle bag and we roll them up together, tie them, and we used to use it as a ball. That's what we used to do when we were in the country. And I saw some little guys and I realized that majority of them, what they were doing was the same thing that our young men here in Kingston doing. The in the hand miggle and so forth. The skin bleach out, well tattooed. Hold on, let me go put that phone here. On silent. What text me now? Let me see what text me first. Oh, okay. All right. Scotiabank. I will look at you later, Scotia. Right. So I realize that it is the same like what is happening here in Kingston. When I passed the library, I should have took a picture of that, or a video. I was like, Mommy, at the library that? I saw the library look. Because this was a place, this was one of my favorite place back in the 1990s. And when I said in the 1990s, I'm talking about 1994 to 1990. When did I leave St. Mary? 96 or 97? When was it? Maybe about 97 or 98, somewhere there. And when I look at the library used to be one of my favorite place. And when I said favorite place, it used to just look nice, full of books and so forth. When I see the little building today, I was like, wow, it just looked mashed up. Everything just looked different. And I was thinking to myself, change, change, change. You see, changes, it can be a beautiful thing and it can wreck you. Simple, put it like that. When you're going through changes, it can be beautiful and it can wreck you. Because imagine everywhere else is being developed. When you look at buildings, you have improvement on the buildings. When you look at certain structures, it just look beautiful. You realize that they start to they do renovation and so forth. So everything now look modern. And when you go to somewhere like St. Mary, Wood Park, Pembroke Hall, and you see the post office, you see the library, you see the clinic, all of those places, you realize that yes, change is taking place. But while the change is taking place, a lot of things are being left behind. Why? Because maybe where they are situated, people don't want to go there, or because the individuals in those areas are comfortable with the way they are living. They don't want, when people fussy, they don't make a fuss over what is happening in their community. They just work with it. When election time come, then run go vote for Bobby or for the other one. That's how it was Silvera at one point. That's how they do it. They don't worry about it. But honestly, I believe that our government, they need to pay close attention to communities like these, because when you look at it, it is a beautiful place. When you look at the trees, Wolipa banana tree, message one jackfruit tree, Jesus peace. People, the jackfruit tree full of jackfruit, so till and guess who under the jackfruit tree I eat them? Pig. And I was like, look at this. You have a hog. I eat the jackfruit. When we the year, me I buy one little jackfruit, one little teeny piece for $300, $400. When you have a pig under a jackfruit tree eating the jackfruits, that's how it is. And everything, when you look, I don't know if I'm weird, but you see, when I look at every single thing, I think about God. That's what I do. Every single thing I think about God, and I always try to put us human beings into certain situation. And there is a particular reason I told you about the story with the pig under the jackfruit tree. It was raining and I didn't want to come out of the car to take the video. That's the reason why I didn't get a video of that. But I was looking at it, and I was saying to myself, look at this. Look how everything is beautiful. Reason why I'm saying that, look how God is good to this animal. Because when I look at it, clearly they made that pig pen under the tree because they want the shade. That's what how I look at it, the pig pen was there because maybe they say, you know what, right here, so it have a little shade, let's put it there. You have the pig there. Then this fruit tree decide that, guess what? I'm going to bear. I'm going to bear a lot. Them are going to drop off because this a country people not really fussy over them things here. People that kill up themselves over jackfruit because if they want, then can go there, so go pick one, then can eat piece. Dash it way, it glide into them, so them not really fussy feed. So the animal is there now. The animal can eat as much as they want. The animal is there in them mud, in a them little thing. They might get them food. You see, what I realize, it is the same thing with us human beings. You see, at times we are in certain situations, whether it be we place ourselves in those situations or somebody just put us there. But guess what? Any way you put it, it is the working of God. And at times we are in situations and we wonder, why are we in this situation? How did we get here? How did I get here? What am I doing here? That's how a lot of us look at things. And those are the questions we tend to ask ourselves when we realize that we are in a little problem or we are in a certain place, something. What am I doing here? How comes me there so? Who put me here so? All of them things there start go through your mind. And you see, when I look at that pig, maybe when that pig went there, them I say, maybe that pig I look and I say, look how they move me from round at the back. Which part me did have this and me did have that. Which part me did there in the pen and me did have company. Now me there right here, so I'm all alone. And then lo and behold, the tree decided that it's going to bear and it's going to bear a lot of fruits. When you look in the mud, there was 3 jackfruits in the mud. Clearly the pig belly did quite full. He couldn't eat no more. And when you look at the jackfruit tree, it's full of jackfruit. So just imagine, the amount that is going to fall off that tree and that pig is going to be there eating it. You see, sometimes we find ourselves in some dirty situation. We find ourselves in some pig pen, some pig living, standard of living. And when you're in it, you wonder why you are doing there. So why? You hear your name being called up in certain way. You wonder, how did I get here? What is going on? Why am I in this position? And when you look at every single thing, it is the work of God. Because you see, sometimes God wants to teach us a lesson. He wants us to know that, guess what? No matter the circumstance, I am going to provide for you. No matter how the place where you might get dirty, it might get muddy, and everything, guess what? I am always going to provide for you. You see, when you look back at last week, I don't know if anyone had a week like the one that I had last week. I had a school. Well, let me correct it. I had schools. I had paper due, exam. Right now, me have one paper, me so one email on my phone, me just pretend to me no see it because me so one reminder where I remind me so one paper due sometime in a next month. So me just pretend to me no see it. Papers on top of papers. And then something else happen. And I'm like, what is going on? Because when you look at it, you might wonder to yourself, how this week be like that? Because you realize that one week, dirty. When we say the week dirty, me mean the week dirty. You have issues there at work, issues all over. The only place that I didn't have any issues is at home. Social media issues, all of that. And you wonder, how did I get myself here? What am I doing in this position? When I look at school, and last week I realized, I said, geez, why am I wait for the last minute? And whenever we are going through our situations and we feel like God giving up on us, He forsake us and all of that, guess what? Just like that pig where they under the jackfruit tree in the mud and he might have wonder where they put me at the front of the yard for, where they move me from around at the back where the shade did cooler, when we did have a friend where we could have did a roll up in the dirt and go on. Where them put me at the front for? Well, now that tree start to bear and he might eat all of the jackfruit. Me jealous over the pig because me love jackfruit. When me look on the tree and me see the amount of jackfruit, and me look under the tree and me see say that pig have two jackfruit in the mother eat. Him bite them up, he see man, he couldn't eat them no more and he leave it. That's how life is for us. You find yourself into situation, you wonder where you do there. And then all of a sudden, when you're in that situation, you realize that guess what? God is once again telling you that no matter what you're going through, understand that I am your provider. I will never forsake you. Me nah left you alone. So all when you feel say, guess what, you're on your own. No, you're not on your own. When you feel like just because you want to do certain things, you want to achieve certain things, you're going to get caught up in certain things, he's letting you know that, oh no, that is not where I want you. I want it to be somewhere else. That is not the place that I designed for you to be. I am going to put you into a position when you're there, you might wonder why I'm putting you there, but just understand that every single step of the way, I am going to provide for you. You see, I don't know, maybe I have someone, they might sit and they might look back at all the problems that they had last week. And now it's the beginning of a new week, and they wonder, how am I going to fix this problem that I had last week? What am I going to do different? All of that. But guess what? Learn from everything that happened last week. Understand that today is the beginning of a new week. So you see, because it's the beginning of a new week, you're getting a new page. It's a new chapter for you to rewrite everything, for you to correct all the wrongs that you made, for you to understand that just as how God brought you through last week, He's going to bring you through this week. For you to understand that every single step of the way, you're not walking by yourself. He's holding your hands, He's leading you. I see something happened today, and I even said it to my mother. I said, God work like that? Because the thing that happened, when I sit and I look back at it, it's just weird. When me say it weird, I mean it weird. And I had to ask her, God work like that? And she laughed because she know how me think, So she laughed when I said that to her. This morning when we were heading to country, it was two cars of us. One of the car, my cousin was driving it. And the funny thing is, when we were leaving out, my mother said to them, remember to pray. So we went into one car, we prayed in our car. They went into theirs and they prayed. We were on River Road when we got a call because the funeral that we went to, it was 11 o'clock funeral. And so we leave out early. When we were on River Road, we got a call that their car, something happened to it. And we were like, okay, then. We stopped, we were waiting on them. When they called, we realized there's something major. So they didn't get a chance to make it to St. Mary. We went ahead of them. We thought they would follow, but they didn't because what happened was the head gasket, something in the car burst. So because of that, they couldn't move the car as the mechanic had to come and pull it. And my aunt who was in that was saying that just imagine if that happened on the River Road, Devil's Race Course, or anywhere else, what would have happened? How the car would have reached back to St. Catherine, because say that would have been a lot of toll. Sorry, right. They would have to pay someone to take it back up, and it would have been a whole heap of money they would have paid. So everybody will look and we say, thanks be to God. You see, when we went to St. Mary, people, when we say rain, and we reached back at St. Catherine, no rain. And we say, look at that too. Look at that. Because when you go through certain things, when you witness certain things for yourself, you realize that every single step of the way, God is working. And when I said He's working, I mean He's working every single step of the way. You see, some of us, we know right from wrong. We were brought up in a particular way, meaning, hold on, let me lock the room door. Let me light here. Right, sorry. Then I'm gonna talk about them business. Some of us I make them know. Right. We were basically brought up in a particular way. And because of that, we view things differently. We treat people differently. And you will realize that when you come around people, some will accept you for the type of person that you are, while others, they won't. Now, every single step of the way, we have to understand that we are going to encounter situation. It is not going to be in our favor every single time. Some we're going to be happy. Some we're not going to like the outcome. But even though you see those unfavorable conditions, situations, at the end of the day, when you look back at it, you realize that they basically taught you more than the favorable ones. I'm being honest. Every single bad situation that I have ever experienced in my life, I sit and I look back at it and I say to myself, what should I learn from this situation? Every single one. That's what I do. If I'm supposed to get a job, I sit and I look at it from all different angles. You see, if somebody take up the phone and call me, and I tell me I have to wonder sometime, okay then. I will sit and I will listen. And before I even say anything, I try to process what they're saying to me. I sit and I critique. If I can't give them the response that they want, or if I realize that what I'm going to say to them not going to come out the right way, guess what I'm going to do? I am going to tell them that I'm going to call them back. Or I will ignore you. Literally, I will ignore you. Because I am someone, I don't like to make people feel uncomfortable. I don't believe that we should disrespect people. And I will sit and I will listen to you. And you see, if you come to me with your problem, and I'm not going to give you, how should I put it, any advice that you might leave feeling worse off. No, if I'm going to give you any advice that you're going to leave feeling worse off, me not going to give it to you. I would rather just sit and I will think about it. Because if you come to me and you say to me, say, every man you talk to, you realize say after them get then left you, or they no one in a this video. Before me come out and me tell you raw, I rather sit and I rather think about it carefully and then me tell you. If me realize that this is sometime me just say, you know what? Me now go pretty it up and I give it to them like it is. But majority of the time I rather not, because when you say certain things, you have to understand that you're not going to be able to take it back. When you say it out of your mouth, it's already gone. The damage that is going to create will be done. You're not going to be able to change it. So you see, because of that, me say, you know what? Leave it alone. Last night I ignored someone. When I said I ignore, I mean I literally ignored the person. The person texts me, me no reply. Why? Because if I did, I realized that I would have said something to the person that might damage the relationship that me and the person have. Or one I would have feel vexed. So because of that, then dog, you see, every night. Sorry. Right. So because of that, me just ignore. Me just ignore. But every time you go through these situations, people come to you, they tell you about their problems, and you go through your problems, you sit, you're supposed to look back at them, you're supposed to understand the reason why God is letting you be aware of all of this information. Because you see, sometimes He brings certain things to our forefront, because He wants us to become stronger human beings. He wants us to understand situations. A lot of us will go through the issues, and week after week. Last week, you go through the problems. This week, no, sit and try to understand, okay then, where did I went wrong last week. Because me can't tell you where me go wrong last week, But wait until the last minute to go do my school work. But did I do government work and I do all of them little people they work. Everything me get, clients I send them what me I do it. Big government entity I ask them what me I do it and all of them something there. And I do my one. That's where I went wrong. Trying to please my employer so they can pay me. That's where I went wrong. And because of that, I look back now and I say, okay, then I have one paper due early part of May. What do you think I go do? You see, this week come now, I go start it. Me now wait until the last minute. Me I make sure start it from the beginning. And when I look back on the pig situation, imagine now, you have that pig there on the back and they move him. Like, you see some, like my dog, them outside, we have a dog. And Coco, we have Ice Tea and Coco, we have Max. And you see Coco, Lord have mercy. You will move Coco and you put Coco on one spot and you say, Coco, stay right there, so. You put him under the shade, and you say, stay right there, so. Little bit after, Coco will either bust him chain and then gone back in the sun or in the ant's nest and then you hear him start bawling up. And so we have some of we human beings. And I'm not joking. Hi, Kirk, how you doing? I'm not joking. That's how some of us human beings are. God take us out of certain situation and put us at a certain point, and because you're not comfortable in that situation, because you're saying to yourself that this is not what I want, this is not where I want to be, this is not where I want to go, you go back in your same old surrounding. And when you go back in the same old surrounding, the sun start burn you and start bite you, all of that, and you start complaining. Not realizing that he did provide a way for you out, and you're the one that went back into the old ways. That is how some of us are. You will ask God to open the doors for you. You will ask him to do certain things for you, and he provide every single thing to you. But because when it comes to you, you're not in agreement with the package. Maybe you ask for it blue and it come red. You're not in agreement with it. And because you're not in agreement with it, you leave it and you go back and you go take up the same black one where you have not realizing that the same black one, that was the reason why you pray for the new one, because that one was giving you the problem. That is how we are. In take us out of the problem, we end up back in it. Because when me look on that pig, I mean, I say, who put a pig pen at the front of them yard? And that me I look on, when me there St. Mary, me I say, who put a pig pen at the front of the yard? Look all the back of the yard, bushy and everything, and you put the pig pen at the front. And it's not even a pig pen, It's just a little thing when them put around with little barbed wire. Because you can't see the pig in it. But the shade is there. And me I looking at me and say, who do that? And when I look on it, I say, okay then. Maybe they did it because one, it have the shade. Two, the jackfruit tree start ripe and then know so the pig can get jackfruit. Maybe that's the reason why. So the same thing with us people. Last week might be a rough week for you. Today is the beginning of a new week. You see, the problems that you had last week, don't bring them into this week. You see, if you realize that you're going to have to bring them into this week, make sure, say, you learn how to deal with them. You learn how to make sure, say, after this week, you don't have to go back and pick it up again. You address what you have to address and you leave it there. Nobody carry the burden. And that is where a lot of us keep on going wrong. We keep on carry the burden for ourselves. We not understand, say, guess what? Him tell if you come unto him, all those who are heavy laden. That's what him say, He never say, come. We don't have no problem, come. No, him tell if you come to him. Come with the problem, come with the worries, come with the money problem, come with the man problem. We don't want to come look for you. No, come with the man problem where I give you a bun. Come with the man problem where I have 10 pitney out a door. Come with the man problem where no one give you no money. Come with the man problem where I have All of them, all of them, something they come with the woman problem where as you get paid, she want all of the money. Come with the woman problem, we sit down in the dirty house every day, have dirty plate here, so and come. Come with the work where I stress you out. Come with the empty bank account. And that him say, come with all of your problems. He never say, come, stress free. He said, come. So leave all of it last week and just understand that this week, today is Sunday, today is the 28th of April, the last Sunday in the month. So just understand that, okay, then if it's a work problem, before you head out tomorrow, just ask him to cover you, ask him to guide you, ask him to provide the solutions to all the problems that you're going to encounter this week. That's all we're supposed to do. Because if you don't ask him for the solution, he's not going to provide them to you. And we continue to try to fix the problems them. And really, no, you know one way to fix them on our own. Is there. And whether it be you believe in Jesus, you believe in Allah, you believe in Haile Selassie, you believe in all of them. Anybody who you believe in, just understand that they are there for you. So leave all of the worries that you had last week, today, the beginning of a new week. So just start that page. Just start everything new and just go forward this week. With work, with your personal life, everything, just go forward with it. You see, sometimes God try to bring us out of situations. When we say bring us out, in little by little, pull you, and it might dry you out of it, But because you're so comfortable in it, you continue going back in it and so forth. And sometimes when you continue to go back into those situations, you realize that you start to be mistreated. People start say certain things that, guess what? No. If you're in a position and you realize that you're uncomfortable in that position, you realize that you're being disrespected in that position, guess what? He's letting you know that that is not the place that I want for you to be. That is not where I design for you to go. That is not the path that I have for you. Because you see, any path where I have for you, you have to understand as much as how the devil will come along, He will come with him, demon them and try to throw you off and everything. Understand that once that is the path that he wants you to be on, you're going to have that smooth sailing. As much as you're going to encounter the potholes, you're going to encounter the rock, he's going to pull you out. You're not going to stay in it forever. And so me look on it. And you see today, when me a drive, I go St. Mary, Well, I never me drive or somebody because me afraid of devil's race course people. Me not tell no lie. Me no like them corner. No. And me no like the narrow road them. Jesus, please. Today me in the car, I miss one truck and the car pass by our road. I me swear the truck did I go lick off the car mirror. The road narrow, And when me look on them, me say, no man, So me afraid, so me nah go do that. But you see, when me look on all of them little things, me say, if it wasn't for the grace of God, whole heap of things were happen in our life, it wouldn't be happening. It wouldn't be happening. And I would want forever have 31 individuals here tonight. I would want for these 31 individuals to look back on your life and look at where you're coming from, and where you're at today. And just think about if it was by your will alone, if you would have been in this place today, if you would be alive today. Because this is sometimes that is what a lot of us fail to understand. It is not by our will, it is not by our doing make we are in the positions that we're in. It is because of the will of God, because he's there with us. That is the reason why we're in the positions that we're in. If he never want us to be where we are today, he wouldn't make it be. He wouldn't. You see, sometimes Me hear somebody, I said somebody, it was a international person, and they said the person joined the Illy. That thing where they always I say the people them join. Me not like call them something there, so that's why me just say the Illy Marty, right? And they were talking. I mean, I said, but think about it this way. You see, at the end of the day, you see, if that wasn't what God had for that person wouldn't be there. And the person said, but it's evil. Me say, yeah, it is. But just look at it this way. Another person alone end up in that position. Why did the person in that position? Because you see, sometimes you're looking out, we don't know if these people join this thing, you just hear people say it. You're looking out, you don't know what the person is going through, you don't know how the person end up into that situation, and you hear about these scary stories about this and that and everything. You see, sometimes when these same individuals are into these evil doings, and you see when they come out and they start to give their testimony, trust me, it is powerful. It moves people. And you see, sometimes God put them on a path, and Him put them on a path and Him say, okay, this is where I want for you to be. And they on it and everything will go nice to them. And then and one person come along the way, throw them off. Then forget about God, then forget about everything, and then just start do all of them things there. And you wonder, God is with the person. Yeah, God is still with the person. But maybe the person turned their back on God. So he's there now, he's just waiting for this person to get back to them. Him not got, but a lot of the times, because of what is going on, because we like the likes, because we like the money, because we like a lot of stuff, we realize that the part that we're on is not the part that God wants us to be on, but because they like the money will come with it, because they like the pretty name brand stuff where you get with it, the promotions, people talk about you, people have you there, you're on the big stage and all of that, because you like all of that come with it, you turn your back on God. You don't remember where He has brought you from, and you continue to go downhill, downhill, downhill. You see, when you finally buck your toe and you end up on your face, at that time you're going to remember. And the good thing about it is He's merciful. When you end up on your face and you cry out for Him, He's always there to lift you up, because that's the good thing. Him not unlike me. Because sometimes, especially if me see somebody heading to a certain direction, I may say, don't go there, don't go there, don't go there. And the person continue, you see when the person end up on their face, me go say, you're brute. Me not gonna help you up at some time. Me weird. Me weird. The thanks be to God, Him not unlike me. Him not unlike me. So all when you're down upon your face, Him a go come and Him a go help you up back just the same. So just understand, it's a new week. Leave the old problems. Leave everything that happened in last week. Let them remain where they are. Let them remain in the past. Don't bring them over into this new week. Create a new chapter for yourself. If you realize that you were being, how should I put it, disrespected along the way, mistreated, don't let that throw you off. Just continue to be on the right path. If people, I will say also, just every single step of the way, remember, you are above, you're not beneath. So don't let people draw you down to a certain level. Don't answer to every little calling that you get. Leave it alone. It happened last week. This is a new week. Go forth. Because people, you see when me don't know, as something happened this evening, and I say it to my mother, because the whole of last week, me had this one thing on my head, When me say me have this one thing on my head, me mean me have it on my head. And it trouble me, it trouble me. And me I say, no man. And then something happened this evening. And when it happened, I was like, wow. Me not knowing, me just have to say wow to myself. Wow. Last night I was here. I sat, I, I take up the phone at one point. I listened to something, and I said, wow. And I was thinking to myself, when I was watching it, all sort of things was going through my mind. And I take up the phone and I said I was going to address something. And I may say, you know what? Me just kiss my teeth and I just went back to watching my show on Netflix, even though that show was a big disappointment to me. I went back and I watched my movie. And when I watch my movie, at the end of it, me vex. Because I said, seriously, I never like how the movie end. I was like, seriously? When you watch some movie and it just left you hanging, you can't tell that there's going to be a part two. I was like, seriously? Because that wasn't how I wanted it to end. And I was like, no, man. Mm-mm. And that is how things are. Seriously. You see, sometimes we go through our problem, and it not end the way you want it to. It just end. It left you hanging. You're sitting and you're wondering, okay, what is going to come next? It's like you're sitting and you're just waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting, you're waiting. Okay, what is coming? Where is part two? How long am I going to wait for part two? But guess what? You know the beautiful thing? Him prepare you for it. Him prepare you for it. And I'm not joking. He prepared you for it. The other day I said thank you to someone. And when I said thank you, it's actually a big, big thank you. You see, every single step of the way, we have to learn to say thank you. We have to learn to say bless you. We have to learn to say I'm sorry, I'm wrong, every single step of the way. Don't believe that because you are at a certain level, you can't say thank you. No. Even when people disrespect you, thank you. Even when people tell you stuff that you don't want to hear, thank you. Blessing. That's how it's supposed to go. You see, if a lot of us have a different mindset as to how we process things, how we view situation. You see, when you look at where Jamaica, this world is heading, it wouldn't be going into that direction. But you realize that pride, a lot of us will make pride consume us. We make it, you just believe, say, okay, guess what? I'm on top of the world and I'm this and no. Don't let it consume you. Every single step of the way, remember that as much as you might be a manager, you might be this and you might be that, guess what? You can come right back down. That is how it is. Right back down. You see, when you look at Haiti and what is going on in Haiti right now, you see back in the slavery days, the Asians, they used to, how should I put, slave in the other countries, they used to be jealous of those in Haiti. Reason being, because they had their freedom. They were able to do what they want to do. They had their freedom and they thought that they were better than the slavery in Jamaica, Bahamas, Barbados, all over. Because why? Them free. They have their freedom, they can do this, they can do that. But guess what? Did the freedom just come like that? No, it came with a price. And when I said it came with a price, it came with a heavy price. And because of that price that they had to pay for their freedom, that is the reason why that country today is in the state that it is in. That is the reason why. So you see, sometimes, as much as how you feel like, okay, no, just understand, just like what happened to Haiti. Now you have them over there. They have to run to their Caribbean neighbors. Some are run to there. Them are run to come to Jamaica. Them are run go all over. That is what happened. Back in the days, their foreparents thought that, oh, we're better than this Jamaica. We're better than that because they were free. Now look what is happening to their children. The children running from the home. They're in problem. So understand that no matter how big you get, you can be the prime minister, you can be the manager of a company, the CEO, the executive director, the director, no matter the position that you're in, just understand that if you let the pride consume you, if you don't learn to humble yourself, if you don't learn to move past the past and head into the future, it is going to bring you right down. And wally pawi at that a mash we up. Because one man do that to you, you keep on a bring it to every single one. Because one woman do that to you, you bring it to every single one. Because you work at a company where certain things happen, every single job that you get, you go with the same frame of mind. But you have to understand that anything, anytime you're starting anything new, just make sure new mind, new beginning, everything. You learn from your past and you don't tag along with all the problems. You learn from it, you know. So when we say you learn from it, I mean say you're gonna carry the same set of problem where you're gonna say you're not trust man, you're gonna say you're not this yet. No. You learn from it, you understand that okay then. If it means that you're going to do this in a relationship, don't do it too early. If you're going to, that's what I meant. Learn from your past. Don't carry it in. You see, just as how God is providing for that pig who have all of those wonderful jackfruits that is just going to fall in the dirt and he's going to eat them all up, just understand at the same thing him a go do for you. So you might feel say right now you're in a the muck. You feel say no, you want to give up. You feel say no, me no want to face this week. Me want to leave this week. Me can't go in a this week. You know want to do it. Just understand, no matter the situation that you're in, just as how with that pig who is in the mud and is going to provide for you. So just as how you're sitting there, you don't want to start this week, you don't want to go work, you don't want to do this, you worry about, just understand that he is going to provide for you. Just as I said it before, he never say come empty hand. He never say come without no problem. He said to carry every single thing to him. Come unto me, those who are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. And that him say. So just understand the problems that you encountered last week, let them remain there. So if it's the work problem, let it remain. If you realize that you have to bring it over, make sure that you're going to bring it over with a new mindset, new frame of mind, how to tackle that problem. You're not going to try to tackle it the way how you tackle it last week and that never worked. Tackle it a different way this week. So if it's the relationship issues, leave it over there. This week, Sunday, you start the new week. You start afresh. You see, every single day when give way, yes, in just give us a day, for us to start new. But we always, every single step of the way, we as much as you hear me attack, sometimes me do it too. Me always go back in the past. Always. As much as I tell you said no, you always do it. But just leave it there. Don't bring it over into this week. Guys, 26 individuals, 6 likes. I, Gail wife, good night. Sandy, amen, sister. Really, pig maybe a them that boy, Kirk, I was shocked when we see the pig and the people them. Hey, if I ever see jackfruit pan a tree and the pig under it, Jesus and peace and people, me did me get one jackfruit today. You see the jackfruit? We should have go downstairs and take it out of the fridge and carry it on show, because me peg it out this evening. And when me I peg it out, me I cuss. In it white, it white, it white, it white. It jackfruit no ripe. It turn. I mean just I think about the pig, I mean I say look at the pig under the in the mother eat this ripe jackfruit and me badly want a jackfruit get end up with a turn one. Turn. When we eat it, it kind of sweet, but it tough. It could have ripe some more. I mean if I say just look at that. Just look at that. Colleen Marks, blessing to you, blessings. Just look at that. But people, just understand. Him going to provide for you just the same way. I remember last week I was speaking to a girlfriend of mine, and she works with the government. And she was saying how people, she was saying that she got a salary increase this month on her pay and some tax money. I say, yeah, we all get that little 6,000 something tax thing or 4,000 for some people. I say, yeah, we get it. My lady say for her salary increase, she get $8,000 extra on her pay. And she a cuss. And she a cuss. And my girl go find the money when them say the politician them a get. And my lady start do some calculation. And we find out say some politician I get 89,000 something and then pay extra for the month. Some I get 100,000 and we start cost. And she start cost. And I'm like, yep. And when she imagine how much, me say go check it good. Check it good. And she said, me go send it to you, me go ask you if you check it because maybe me not and me check it and me call her back. Me say, yeah, you're right. And that you get. And who tell me if you go say that to her? My lady go start cuss again. And she cuss and she cuss and she cuss. And you see when me look on it, people, you see situation like this, it's unfair. When me say it unfair, me mean it unfair. Bad. For when you see teachers, police, civil servants, they are expecting a salary increase, And you hear them say them are going to get a salary increase. And when them go get their salary increase, I want liquor. Something they get panicked. What kind of increase that? And then when you go do the calculation for the judges and the politicians, you're shocked. You're shocked. And that's the reason why when me go tax office sometime, me no matter make the long crowd and when sometimes when you're going to one tax office, you say 10 teller windows and you only say 4. And you wonder, so we are when the next 6 day. Yes, when me go in and me see them something, me no bother make it trouble me. Me just say, you know what, me just take out my phone, me find what some song, go and listen to, me find something read or something listen to. Because me just say, you know what, them people here, government not pay them off what them deserve. They not pay them enough. So when me go tax office and me encounter all of them problems, me just say, okay then. I have a friend who is a nurse. And me see this girl go Price Smart. And when she went to Price Smart, my girl I take up boxes of gloves. He said, oh, we are buying so much gloves for work. I'm like, what? She said, yeah. She have to be buying gloves for work. Gloves, where you're supposed to give your nurse. Me say, seriously, so you have to buy? She said, yeah. If me not buy, what me I go get? She said, sometime, then we get our 1.5 or so, and within no time, it finished because every patient, they're supposed to change it. And she said, sometime I that them get. And them I tell you, oh, reuse it. Oh, reuse it. And I'm like, seriously? Those are the things that is happening. And when you look back on all of them, something, know, because my friend said it last week. He said, oh, some people are prosper and some not prosper. And then when one say it, I'm going to talk to the next one now, we are complaining about them peer. And then they say, the world a level. Why God a bless some and not bless some? You see, when you hear them things, you have to wonder. But you see, when we look on it, guess what me realize? You see, the man where do everything right. Don't expect say your life are gonna be smooth sailing. Don't expect say everything you are gonna get. You see the one them who I do all of the wrong things. Them are cut this and them are do. Them are gonna enjoy it because the devil want them to remain in that position. He want them to say, guess what? Everything we may do you, it making your life comfortable. Yeah, eat a food off of this. Yeah, build 3 house off of this. You build one big apartment complex and so forth. He want them to continue with the corruption. He want them to so I'm gonna bet them continue with it. And they're going to sit in those positions believing that is God. No. Don't expect that you're going to do anything corrupt and him going to bless you with it. You see, sometimes when you do something, and you get so comfortable with it, you think say it going to last forever. Guess what? Him pull it from under you. And you see, when him pull it from under you, he's letting you know that no, that is not the part that I want for you. That is not what I want for you to do. I want for you to make something of yourself. I want for you to be able to provide for yourself. Honestly, you have some people, they are so consumed with the corruption, they consumed with the lies, they consume with everything because they believe if they stop doing it, they're not going to live good. But understand that anything bad, it is not from God. Him now I go give you certain things and expect say, oh, guess what? You're gonna continue do it. Mm-mm. You see, sometimes when we are the things, in give with signs. When we say in give with signs, we mean in give you signs. It's just for you to understand those signs, what they are. And you for understand and just learn from it every single step of the way. But as I said before, people, any problems that you had last week, no, today's Sunday, it's a new week, leave them where they are in the past. If you have to carry them over, make sure so you carry them over with a new frame of mind, new belief, new way of thinking, how to tackle the issues and so forth. And if you realize that anything that make you be upset last week, guess what? Leave it over there. Don't bring it over into the new week. So anything that cause you to be upset, let it remain where it is. Anything that cause you disrespect, let it remain where it is because that's not the life that God wants for you. So people, as I said earlier, I'm not, oh Lord, I sit down and chat for 1 hour. Oh, I Miss Louise, good night. I Miss McCormick, good night. How you doing? Thank you so much for coming. I hope you all had a wonderful day. I said, people, you see, when me there sent Mary today, we book up. Oh, what the woman name? Lord have mercy. I would think can't remember her name because I go call her name on the live. We book up the lady, and we did it, we had talk and everything. And when she did it, she said to my mother, say, you know, have no silver, she want soup. No, she want one cock soup because she want to go cook some soup. So she asked if we don't have no silver. So my mother give her the money. And she did it and she walk off. I just went and did it, I say, but imagine. Because this is someone, she's not well, she's mentally ill. From ever since me know this lady, she not too right up there. And me did it and I said, but imagine, this lady, she's sick. Sick, When you look on her, you can't see that she's sick. And you see, when you look and you listen to her, I say, look at that. As much as, oh, she's not in the right frame of mind, she still can determine what she wants for her life, what she wants for herself. Because here she is, Sunday, me sure knows her family maybe cook something else, give her. But she don't want it. She says she wants soup. And that she want. Oh, you just reach home from work. Wow, you must be tired. I hope you'll get a good night rest. Me I say, imagine she wants soup. I say, as much as all she's sick, she can't tell what she wants for herself. And that with whole heap away. Whole heap away. You see, sometimes you see some man, or some woman, when you look on them, you realize there's something now going up there. But yet still, they are still able to tell you what they want for them life. They're still able to tell you where they want to eat, where they want to go, what they want to wear. I saw it going on. They're still able. You must be wondering why am I saying that to you? And the same thing with we. When we say we're in the right frame of mind, and sometimes you did, and you say, you know what, I want to go there. I want to go there. I want to do that. And I can't bother, because such and such no want me to go there. You know, me can't bother, such and such now go want me if you say that. No, me no want to do that. Guess what? No. Because if this lady is not in the right frame and she could tell, say she wants soup for drink today, imagine now, we who are in the right frame of mind, why are we going to say we want to wear this? Because this is what someone wants us to wear. If you're in the right frame of mind, make sure that just like this lady who knows that she wants soup for drink, and you feel say, guess what? You want the sorrel beer tonight, you drink your sorrel beer because that is what you want to feel. You feel for drink. Don't let somebody tell you if you go have a magnum and you know say you don't want to drink the magnum. Make sure say your freedom, you have it every single step of the way. Because even God in give us that ability, and give us that free choice for us to make the choices that we want. You see, sometimes, as I said before, in take you out a certain situation, and because you didn't like the package that it come with, you find back yourself in it. Guess what? You say, all right, I just say you want to go, turn over this so, turn this so. Because that's where you want to be. Stay. I saw it go. So it go. I remember, I don't know, for those who follow me will, it's not the first. I spoke about a story some time ago where a friend of mine, she was in a relationship and the man do her bad. When me say the man do her bad, me mean the man do her bad. He do her bad, bad, bad. And he whole away, encourage her. Me mean own of drive and go move her out and fi help her with this and he whole away as friends come together and we help this girl, and lo and behold we hear the girl in the same position again. You see, when we hear nobody, she not even did want to call with back we know the way she feel ashamed. She never want with know so she end up back in this exact same position that she was in, not once, not twice, but much time before. And when she finally said she did like a leave, she go back and then she end up back in it. And you know the funny thing, when she ended up back in it the second time, it was worse than before. And when she did it, nobody. She called me and me say, you're all right. Because when people call me sometime, and especially when I not hear from them, they will send like a WhatsApp. But you see, when you hear them, you see certain people are call you. You say, but wait, you don't normally call me. What you call me for? You know, say something wrong. So when this person calling, I was like, okay then, I walk one. All sort of things that come to my say, when if her money she go want borrow. When if she want me to carry her somewhere. All of them something there go through my mind because it just weird. This person just normally texts. And when I realize I start to talk to the person and the person start opening up, I'm like, okay, okay. People, it was the grace of God. But me never tell the girl say, me not sorry for you, you're brute and all of that. Me just have to just sit and me listen. And you see when time she did it, I realized say she started to break down. And she said she can't believe how she was stupid and how she was this. And something came to mind and I was going to say to her. And it was like some say, don't say that to her. Remember your situation. And when me did it, I say no. And me start talk to her. And me start tell her certain things. And I was like, okay. This girl, she was able to move out of that situation that she was in. And today, when you look at her, she's in a far better position than the one that she was in before. And you see, every time I look back at that situation, I said to myself, wonder if me did tell her, say, what came to my mind first, wonder what would have been the outcome. Because I was going to say to her, I say, well, I know for see a clown. It was something rude I was going to say to her. And it was like something that said, don't say that. Remember. And then I said something different to her. And when I look back, I wonder what would have been the outcome. Because until this day, she said it was that one thing that I said to her that was what gave her the strength that she needed. And when I tell you the girl, she is doing good. The reason why I'm saying this is that as much as how a lot of us, we believe that we are perfect, we believe that we will never be in certain situation and so forth. Just simple remember every step of the way that somewhere along the line we made errors. We had our downfall. Did anyone look at you and criticize you? Did anyone throw the stone at you? And even if they did, was anyone there along the way to just hold your hand and lift you back up, help you along the way? Just look back on that. And you see, when you look back on that, that is going to give you the answer that you're going to need how to deal with the problems that you're going to face. Because even if you can't provide the solutions to your problems, sometimes just by talking to other people, you're going to get the answer that you need from them. So just understand that no matter how you think say your life perfect, everything are going good, guess what? The whole of way along the way going to have our downfall. We are going to enter into situations that we're going to feel uncomfortable about. We're going to feel ashamed of. You might not want to tell people, but guess what? Those situations, them not bring you down, them just make you stronger. When you hear the lady say at one point she was thinking of unaliving herself, you wonder, you wonder, because that is how serious problems can become to people, especially when you're sitting, and you don't know who to talk to, you don't know where to turn, you wonder how you're going to get yourself out of the situation, if life is going to become any better. And as I said to people before, you see, sometimes when you look at it, when you go through the roughest patch of your life, guess what? Maybe in a couple months, couple years, you look back, you have to laugh because you say, I really me that. Hey, people, me book up, my mother send me one picture what day, yeah. If me never want to hide my face, mother show it too, no. You see the picture, it was of a girl in a one purple blouse, and one barefoot pants. And so when me look on the foot them, Papa Jesus, then long, then maga, then maga, then maga. Me have a look at the picture and I said, no man, I saw me the maga, I saw me the look. When me look at the picture, I may have to say, no man. There's this thing on TikTok where them say, Esther. I said I was going to post it. And I say, you know what? No, I'm not going to do it. We just leave it. Because when you look back on your life, where you're coming from and where you're at today, you just have to say, God, thank you. Thank you, Jesus. And that's the reason why we keep on I think about the pig, just like how we might provide for the pig. Those juicy jackfruit we're going to drop and the pig are the same way I'm going to provide for you this week. So you see, all tomorrow when you go to work and your boss might say something to you, you just look at him and you just smile. And you just think about it. God is going to provide a way out. If you realize that you have to go sit down, you have to go think for a mountain, you just take a calendar and you say, all right, God is going to provide the payday when all of this is going to work. It's you just start strike, all right? One, and you just start strike them off until you reach the goal, which is the payday. But just know, say, He is going to provide for you along the way. The situation that you're in today, you're not going to be in tomorrow. You see, the problems that you had last week, just bet them turn over there. Bet them stay over there. If a man problem, woman problem, work problem, mother, father, let every single one of them stay over there. Don't bring them over into this week because it's a new week. New week. Try to come with new solutions. If last week you realized that what you were doing, it never did a work, nobody come tomorrow and you say, you know what, I'm going to try to do the same thing again. If it never worked last week, why you think the same thing is going to work this week? No, try to do something different. Do something different. So if you did a try to balance something that never balanced last week, you just try to do something different this week. Maybe that one digit that you're looking for is somewhere along the way. It's just for you now to go and find it. So just do something different this week. Leave all the problems. Leave everything will give you a headache, heartache, anything. Just leave them over there. Anything that disrespect you, leave it over there. Don't bring it over into this week. Just know that this week is the week that the Lord have created for you to start new. He has provided a way out for you. You not see it, That is the good thing about this thing. Sometimes we don't see the way out, but him already see it for you. So you just go and you just do your thing. So people, thank you so much for joining. I am going to get off here because I have work tomorrow. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure being with you all. And please remember, treat people with love and respect every single step of the way. As much as our people might say certain things about you, don't pay it any mind. Ignore. Ignore. Because you see, when you ignore, it is just going to become better for you. People might say that you're soft, you're foolish, or you're a coward, but guess what? You know better. And because you know better, make sure that you do better. The same thing that you expect someone to do for you, do it for them. Treat them with love and respect every way you can. So thank you so much for joining. Please hit up the like button for me, please, guys. Have a pleasant good night and all the best tomorrow when you go to work or school, wherever you're going to go, whether tonight or tomorrow. So thank you so much, guys, for joining.